Everybody, welcome back here to the BTS Pro Series season number 8. Of course, my name is rkryptic and I'm here with neph. We are in the grand finals. It is NoPing versus Infamous, a rematch of some titans. But goddamn, does NoPing look good, man.
You bet they do. I mean, game number 1, Infamous, it looked like they had some of the answers. They were able to survive the burst damage from the Tiny for a while. They controlled up that Troll Warlord, but you know, Dark Mago, he's nothing to scoff at when you end up giving him that hero. And I respond to it this time by just first picking it on the side of Infamous. But Dark Mago manages to grab his Kunkka instead, and that's almost as scary, if not more so, I would say.
Yeah, it's definitely something you have to be worried about. It pretty much, this is the thing. I see a lot of people like complaining like, oh, well, just ban the Tiny, just ban the Tiny. There's only so many first phase bans in Dota, everyone. There's 4 heroes you get to remove. Dark Mago's getting one of his heroes. That's just the way it's going to work. If it's not the Tiny, it's going to be the Kunkka. They get first pick this time on Infamous, obviously, because NoPing had first pick last game. But
I like your voice that you did earlier. That was good.
Yeah, thank you. It's typically how I imagine most of Twitch chat.
Dude. Anyway, carry on.
No, but I mean, this time they're going to take the Tiny for themselves. It's been incredibly strong in these series, but Infamous are correct on their first phase bans. They get rid of the Batrider and they get rid of the Beastmaster. There's no way you let those heroes through for the side of NoPing. And yeah, it's like next game, if NoPing have first pick, they're going to go for the Tiny again. Maybe Infamous will opt to ban it out, but it's not an easy choice.
Yeah, then you run a risk of letting the Batrider through, and Dark Mago is incredibly good on that hero as well. So it's like you said yourself, he's going to get something that he likes to play, and I think that's just something you have to accept here. So they opt to grab the Tiny on Infamous, which, in my opinion, is one of the strongest heroes of the current patch. It was nerfed last night in 7.3 OD. His toss damage was decreased slightly, I believe, and the amount of damage he gets from his
tree grab bonus.
Tree grab. Yeah, that one ended up being reduced. They grabbed the Ogre Magi alongside the Kunkka here. I'm not a big fan of Ogre, but it does feel pretty powerful at the moment. They ended up buffing what the amount of damage the Fire Blast did kind of recently. This guy can pump out a surprising amount of damage, but they're going to need somebody who can take advantage of the Bloodlust. Kunkka's okay at it, but it's usually just going to be a farming hero that you run alongside the Ogre Magi. The Mirana's probably going to be a 4. I think they'll probably grab something that can sit inside the bottom lane by itself, or the Mars alongside the Mirana. That's usually one of the most common Mirana combo picks that we see. That and, well, they pick the Mars and Infamous, so that's no longer an option. But they could take Sand King on NoPing.
Sand King's still an option. I think right now what we're looking at is probably Michael's Tiny here. It's almost guaranteed to be alone on the Monkey King in the mid lane versus the Kunkka. We've seen this exact matchup yesterday with the Infamous and NoPing series. They just really wanted to try and slow down the Kunkka. The Monkey King did a pretty good job, but Dark Mago finds a way, man. He always finds a way on his heroes. Like he gets farm, he gets aggressive. And you have Mirana follow-up this time. Currently no saves on the side of Infamous at the moment, so you got to be careful. The Abaddon banned out there from NoPing makes that pretty difficult.
Yeah. Not many heroes would save left inside the pool here. I don't imagine either team will take a Legion Commander, somebody with the offline who does have that hard dispel. But I'm just kind of thinking about what NoPing are going to want to grab. I think they do need offlane with a little bit more damage. Kunkka's a great frontliner. The first thing that would have come to mind was the Mars. Tidehunters banned out this game. There's not a ton of great options for offlaners here. You think they'll go for maybe... Well, they can't do that one either. I was going to say Weaver for Oscar, but that one's been banned out as well. I'm not sure who they grab for the offlane here. It doesn't seem like any option is absolutely amazing. I don't think Timbersaw is that good this game, even though you're playing into the Mars and the Tiny, the 2 strength heroes. You will struggle against the Silencer and lane. That one ended up getting a nerf as well. They changed his bonus damage that applies to heroes from last Arcane Curse to only do 1.7 damage rather than 2 times damage. But they did end up taking the Sand King that we talked about. And I'll let you go off about this one, Ricky, because I know that you are a big fan.
Sand King's just a great damage dealer from the offlane, solid lane hero, and great Mirana setup. So there's not a lot to it. Just has incredible reach as the game goes on. And one of the things we've noticed about NoPing is they like to play fast and they like to find kills. So It's a great hero pick for them. I'm not sure if you noticed, one of the things that's funny, the silencer update came out last night, right? Where it's like, yeah,
Yep.
now does 1.7 instead of 2 times damage. You want to guess what the tooltip says?
2 times.
Just literally says deals double damage to silenced units, and you're like, cool, 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 cool.
I see. Hopefully they fix that one before TI, or maybe in the middle of TI. We'll see.
Yeah, it's not.
I don't want to be mocked by these other people with their awful MOBAs, Ricky.
No, it's not being fixed.
It's going to be fixed.
It's just the
I bet
ability
you.
description just says deals double damage to heroes that are silenced, and then at the bottom it says silenced multiplier 1.7, and I'm like, yeah, those are the same, right?
That sounds like double. I don't see what the issue is here.
I feel like you could have gotten a little bit of a harder nerf, but we'll see if that is enough. They also reduced the AoE on the Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, that one was necessary. You're doing like in the late game, almost 1,000 nuke damage in AoE, which also muted items. The AoE of it was absolutely massive as well. I gained a bunch. I won like 4 silencer games in a row on position 5, which is
not with me though, Neff.
No, not with you. We'll get the opportunity to play a couple games before I leave for Germany.
Maybe not, man. New World comes out in 2 days, and I ain't touching Dota after that.
But you're my casting partner.
Yeah. Yep.
That's right. We'll replace you with who's in the Twitch chat right now? I'll place you with Go Colts.
Yes, classic. Yes.
Yeah. Love Go Colts. No, I hate Go Colts with all my heart and soul. Anyways, Troll Warlord banned out next here. I'm surprised. I don't think that hero's that strong right now.
Strong in lane against the Mars. Like, Mars actually can't lane against the Troll Warlord at all. And that's one of the things. Like, NoPing keeps drafting heroes that are really strong in lane last for Angel to give him a good start, and then he just kind of snowballs. And so the Troll Warlord here, it is what it is, right? It can get controlled up, which we saw in the mid game. Like, at the end of the game, he's hardly doing any damage in these fights. It was all Dark Mago, but he committed stun after stun, triple halberd constantly on this guy. Like, it was very annoying.
If they're getting rid of the troll, it's possible they want to pick up a different illusion hero. Nagasai was buffed in the most recent patch.
Yeah,
but they already have
image cooldown slightly lower at later levels.
Yeah, but unless they plan on running this Monkey King in the 4, which they could.
I think it's got to be safe or to mid lane. Otherwise, like, Kunkka just gets an even freer game here.
5 seconds.
Monkey King Mars, not an exceptionally strong lane either. Should be seeing as like either a support or a 1 here. So it is going to be the safe lane Tiny. We're going to be seeing Phoenix picked up here. It could be off lane Phoenix. I want to point this out. Sacred has played a lot of Phoenix in his time.
Yeah, it'll probably be position 4 this game, though.
Probably position 4.
10 seconds remain.
Well, we'll see how they decide to round out their draft here on NoPing. They do need a right clicker. They should somebody who can deal with the egg, ideally. I mean, Mirana's not too bad at doing that. She's able to get out of the arena from Mars. But having a safe lane that can do that as well is probably a pretty big deal, because right now, other than Mirana, it's just 3 melee heroes. You've got decent enough front line as well. But oh no, against the Mars range heroes aren't that amazing either. You could go back and try to grab the Clinks here. That doesn't seem horrible.
It isn't, you're right. That hero just hasn't been seeing a lot of attention. They did buff him slightly in last night's patch, so could just be something that people have forgotten about. But
Drow, Ranger, Sniper.
I actually don't hate the Sniper pick here.
I think Sniper could work.
You need something that can be strong in the lane here with the Ogre Magi is the thing.
Sniper fits that. I don't think Sniper is a NoPing hero, though.
Yeah, it didn't seem like something Angel wants to play all that often. 3 seconds left. They've got to decide, and it's going to be the Morphling.
Interesting. I mean, it combos well with the Sand King. You can't take advantage of the extra attack speed Panda Boo is going to be able to provide. Gets in and out of these arenas. It's not horrible at fighting into the Monkey King either. Yeah.
I'm just trying to think what he wants to morph into this game. Like, I guess
Sand
it's
King.
just, yeah, I mean, there's Sand King and then there's Tiny, but that's like about it.
It's going to be Sand King though. Being able to get on top of people with Burrow Strike is like having a second waveform with a stun. It makes a pretty big difference in team fight. You keep your Sandstorm as well when you switch back to your Morph. So if you get the Aghanim Scepter as well, you just end up getting going so far in these team fights. I mean, it's kind of okay against the Monkey King and the Mars as well. If you can get up the Jingu Mastery stacks and switch back into your hero, it's all right. But I think it's just going to be Oscar that he morphs into. Against the Silencer, you're going to have your work cut out for him. A lot of time you are going to be able to get off your morph before he can shut you down, but the globals are going to be a little bit scary with Lumiere on the Tiny.
And we'll see if they can make it happen. I really like NoPing's draft once again. I'm a little bit unsure of the Morphling here. It is not a great pick into Tiny because if he manages to get on top of you, he just blows you up sometimes before you have the morph already done. So Angel's gonna have to play on a decent amount of strength this game. He can't play super greedy. Mind you, you're also picking this Morphling into a Silencer.
Yeah. Again, it's you just struggle sometimes to play against the Silencer on Morphling, but again, a lot of time because it's like such slow damage coming out of the Silencer. A lot of time you can get off the attribute shift before he gets anything off on you. I'm just concerned about the like a global coming out at the same time that Tiny tries to initiate. That will kill you every single time. But game number 2, Infamous. The draft is looking a little bit better this time around. I did prefer Infamous last time. I thought they'd come online slightly quicker. I think you run into the same issue that if this goes into the ultra late game, Angel is just going to pop off yet again. I don't know. After that last game, I've got more faith in NoPing, but I'm going to go with my boys on Infamous again. Let's go alone.
I am going to go up 2-0 on you now and say NoPing here. There's actually nothing like really wrong with Infamous's draft. I think it does check a lot of boxes, but I think this Sand King Marana, I think this Kunkka Marana is going to do too much work in the mid game, making space here for Angel, and then you're going to be in a similar scenario where it's going to hit late game, and this Morphling is just going to be one-shotting your heroes.
Yeah.
But we'll see if we can make it happen. If they manage to make some good connections on the Tiny with like Silencer, Global Silence, and find kill after kill onto this Morphling, they could shut down his game. It's absolutely possible.
Wait, hold on. Somebody in chat just asked if John X Fire is Neff's brother.
Neff, are you? I actually don't know. Are you in fact his brother?
I have not seen. Actually, that's not true. I was going to say I've never seen a stupider question. I've seen stupider questions.
Yeah, just do what I do and don't pay attention to chat. They don't make sense.
Do I look like John X Fire to you?
I mean, is that even warrant an answer? Like, I don't know.
Do I sound like John X Fire to you?
I think it's pretty obvious. The answer is yes.
The answer is yes. I know. It's the fact that we're both weebs, right? All weebs are siblings. All right. Ignoring Twitch chat now. I'm timing you out in my own brain, you guys. That's enough for now. End up getting a ward down in the mid lane. I'm not sure they've scouted that one out. Do they have sentries available on any of these heroes? They do. They've got 2 on Excel. They'll probably pass 1 to alone before getting back. But
30 seconds.
Just a bunch of high fives coming out mid.
The Sand King and the Marana are going to secure the early game. It's up to them to be able to make the space necessary for the Morphling. I think Michael's going to struggle to shut down the Morphling in lane. A lot of time you can slow down heroes' last hits, but against the Morph, he's got so much attack speed, low base attack time. He's going to be able to get these last hits off regardless. They've ended up planting this deep board behind the tower again, so they're going to be able to snipe couriers potentially. That's something that we've been seeing more and more often.
Yep. So what they end up doing here, I like this defensive ward here in Infamous's jungle. They can basically guarantee, the idea with this one, to my knowledge, is that they want to be able to create stacks here for them to clear. And this is typically going to be a ward spot later on for NoPing, so they should be able to see that ward get placed if they go for it.
Times are hard.
Ooh, first deny in the mid lane. That's not bad for Alone.
Yeah, we're off. We'll see if he does any better this game, the mid matchup here. You know, you do have the advantage here on Alone. Doesn't have any points in the Jingu Mastery, though. He ops level 1 Boundless Strike, which you see more and more often. Does secure you the range creep at the start a lot of the time.
He was actually able to deny his own range creep because of it, so it was actually quite a smart play from him.
Yep. He gets off 3 hits of Jingu Master. He can't get the 4th, but probably until he gets the Orb of Venom, he's going to struggle to like properly zone Dark Mego out of the lane. Alone struggling here more than he should for the first wave, though. I'm a little bit surprised. He's going for a lot of denies instead of last hits, which is going to delay his first couple of items. I think it is pretty important that he gets this Orb of Corrosion pretty quickly, but he's actually got the Wraith Band queued up, which you mentioned was a little bit odd in the last game. But again, against the Kunkka, I feel like it is pretty important.
Yeah, I agree. Does reduce a lot of the damage that you take from these Tidebringer cleaves. But Alone, he's got 5 denies so far and potentially a 6th. Nah, nice torrent there from Dark Mago. And it's just never gonna get easier. Like Dark Mago, he's gonna have Tidebringer cleave, you know, level 2, level 3, eventually. But he just needs to fall back to the jungle at some point. Pandabu finds Sacred, ends up interrupting that salve, and I think Angel, yeah, grabs the first blood with it. Well played there by Pandabu, chewing through that tree. Does he have a salve? He does.
So watching the showdown in the mid lane here, Alone put a second point into Jingu Master. It's probably all he's going to get, but Dark Mago's been playing fairly close to the creep wave, so he's looking to the extra point in order to do the extra damage, zone him away.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
We haven't even talked about top. Oscar getting the business here from Silencer, forcing the creep drag. Nice block on the easy camp though, so they won't be able to reset the equilibrium quite yet. Hard camp is already dead as well, so
yep,
he's pretty happy about that.
Yeah, both of them are just gonna be forced to play the lane, so it's gonna go Oscar's way.
Oh my gosh, Sladen with a ridiculous wraparound to go block that camp once again. He ends up seeing the ward get dropped on his own high ground there at his triangle, so he'll know about that one. But
he's all out of sentries for now.
Yeah, he'll get it eventually though. Melee range arrow. There's no way they get this kill right. Oscar is not fast enough.
No. Unfortunately, doesn't have what's he got flying out to him right now? Just a bracer to start. Lumiere interrupts the salve by throwing out the tree.
That's a feels bad man indeed.
Back over to mid lane. It's gotten a little bit better for the Kunkka. He's managed to tie up Alone for last hits. Still, I didn't expect him to be further behind this on Dark Mago. Now he's really getting zoned out of lane.
I mean, he's still really far behind. He has 11 denies, 12 now on the Monkey King versus just the 14 last hits on the Kunkka. It just keeps getting worse. And Michael, with his rotation to the mid lane, they might be able to bring down the Kunkka, but a beautiful torrent might have been enough just to save his life. Oh, okay. Boundless Strike does not give him that Jingu stack. He's just going to X himself, TP back to the base, and that should be a full HP mana Kunkka when he rejoins.
Yeah, it was like a quarter second too slow there on the Boundless Strike. But back up to full HP. At the very least, his TP is on cooldown. But again, you get this Orb of Corrosion out way too slowly. You don't have Boots of Speed yet either. It makes it very easy for Dark Mago to dance around you in the lane. You have the Orb of Corrosion coming out now, but I feel like it's pretty slow just due to the fact you're so focused
into
on
arrow. He's got the Jingu stacks. Can they finish him off in time? He needs the Fairy Fire. Gets it off just in time. The cleave comes out from Dark Mega. One more auto attack. They get the kill. Doesn't high ground miss on the Mirana there.
Yeah, that was super sick there by Dark Mega. He faked out going for the Tidebringer on the creeps to get him to pop the Mischief slightly early. And because of that, he didn't end up getting the dodge off there. So Dark Mega, he knows exactly how to play against the Monkey King here on the Kunkka.
And this is the thing, like they picked this Mirana for Sladen for this exact reason. They know Kunkka is gonna lose this lane mid, but all it takes is one moment of this Monkey King being slightly too far forward, and it just gets punished by the Kunkka. And he makes that call, right? Like Kunkka's like, all right, I'm gonna double wave him. He's gonna have no creeps, like rotate in, you know, on this next wave type of thing. Like that is such good communication that has to come through.
I mean, the balance strike was off a cooldown there. He would have been able to turn that one around on alone and heal himself back up to full, but shut down
level
there.
6 now instead, and that means boat is online, and you have a lot of kill potential with the boat. Excel, if you're somewhat in the mid lane, gonna get found by Sladen potentially. Yeah, you will see him.
Back to port.
Found the strike, comes through, gets him that Jingu stack. He's gonna be happy about that one.
Yeah, we probably need to point into Tree Dance now so he can actually get on top of his targets.
Gold for my chest.
And he needs to get himself to speeds as well. Yeah, usually you don't want to get ultimate on Monkey King until like, I don't know, level 10 or something. Sometimes you pick it up if you really need it in a clutch situation, but already just puts a third point in the Boundless. I'm pretty surprised by this one. Arrow comes out.
It's a very aggressive play going for the 3 points in Boundless Strike, but mid lane alone taking so much damage here from the Kunkka. Sladen doesn't have any points in the Starstorm. Oh, I don't know if the Mischief actually blocked the damage or not. He might have just been out of range.
He missed.
Nice play there by alone though.
Yep.
Dark Mega took a ton of damage off the tower, but again, you can just XTP home. That's exactly what he's gonna do. Now bot and Sladen making the trip. They did see this rotation on their ward. He does not have vision here on the Mars quite yet, but he's going for it potentially. Not gonna get him.
Top
just
lane.
outside range.
Alone, he's got dust for Oscar here.
He should just burrow strike. Yeah. Not gonna be able to make it out, but nice dust.
Really?
He gets the kill to Alone. He'll even things out a little bit. Kunkka is actually, like, despite having an awful start to the laning phase and it being 19 denies on Alone, he's starting to things are starting to even out again.
Yeah. The other thing too is he does have a pretty decent XP advantage, which comes from from that first kill, right?
Yeah.
Looking top, they want to get aggressive here on the mirror. They've got the epicenter. If they get the X, they can do it, but he just barely might make it out of here. In comes the X. Oscar, the epicenter just gonna get interrupted. Nicely done here by Excel on the silencer, just dumping enough damage here.
Your admiral is on board.
In comes Alone. This boy's got a DD rune. Good luck, Oscar.
Yeah. Now moving around the map, finding a bunch of kills. He's mid recovery after dying a few times. Getting shut down here by the Mirana. Dying a single time, rather. Dark Mega, you can't go on top of him right now. It's late in there. You just get X'd up and torrented.
Absolutely.
And he's probably regretting not having extra points in the tree dance now. He'd be able to farm a little bit faster. Things have slowed down a little bit. They're looking to set up on Sladen here in the mid lane.
They definitely can if he's able to get the Boundless Strike off, but it would be a pretty heavy commitment just for a support, and that's gonna be the X into the arrow. Alone looked like he tried to tank it for a moment. They're gonna be able to get the kill and now hold the Monkey King in place, but there's gonna be the Django with 3 points in the Boundless Strike. He gets a lot of health back if he hits multiple heroes, but Dark Mago does not want to let that happen, and now they're gonna try and turn it around. Maybe just go for Pandaboo instead. Fire Blast damage not gonna come connect. But Alone, again, Jingu stacks once again, but the Torrent, this time into a boat's gonna find it. Pandaboo trying to survive. He does, just barely, as Sladen grabs the kill. Ends up being a 3 for 0.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on
Everybody limping out of that one, and I mean, fortunately, Tiny is sitting at the top of net worth. He's got 75 last hits right now at less than 10 minutes into the game. So he is taking advantage of the space being created right now. Lumiere is pretty sick on his hero, but giving these kills up onto Dark Mago's Kunkka is going to bite you in the ass pretty soon, man. He's going for an urn as his first item as well.
A bit of a misplay there by Oscar. Goes right outside the range of his Sandstorm and takes a little bit of extra damage there. Yeah, I mean, he's got a exactly 10-minute Echo Saber treads here on Tiny. I mean, he is going to start farming so dang fast. He wants to get to that Silver Edge and that Shard as soon as possible. Once that Shard is online, you pick that up in exactly 20 minutes, and then suddenly there's nothing that this Tiny can't do.
Yep. He's about level 10. He is very big. Alone, still not doing the best. Only level 8. He's going for an Echo Saber of his own. But I think he's going to struggle to find kills at this point until Tiny's ready to join some of these fights.
Keeping down here on Oscar, he wants to defend this tower. He's going to go ahead and pop this Sandstorm and try and clear up the way. Fortification comes through. Sacred, he's got an Arena Spear. They drop the Sentry right away. He's forced the Epi. Sacred, there it is, the Arena. Holding Sand King in place. Good patience there on Infamous. Not over-committing for the Sand King. They're going to get the tower in the process as well.
Yeah, it'll slow down his Blink Dagger, stop him from making plays. Oscar seems to be a core part of the gameplay on NoPing. If he doesn't get a good start, they usually ramp up pretty slowly. That's Hen normally finds himself pretty farmed when he's playing Weaver and whatnot. Slade on the other side of the jungle. There's a bunch of heroes beside him, and they do realize that Slade said they caught vision of him on that Observer ward, but with 3 leap charges available, it's not even worth the time trying to go after Sladen right now. He's not an important enough hero. So let's sunrise mid.
Yeah, Global Silence comes out. They're looking for Ogre as well as Dark Mago's Kunkka, but he's able to just walk away. Ogre, not as lucky. He's got the X, though. The Torrent not lined up, but the boat comes through. He ends up getting the egg as well. Morphling comes in. Can they finish this off in time? They do, but you're stuck inside of Wukong's command. Oscar comes down to the backside with a lot of damage from this Sandstorm, but can they finish off alone here on the Monkey King? It's all going to come from Angel. Avalanche toss. He's got him. Lumiere picks off the Morphling. And now it's just Oscar trying to walk away, but alone. Gonna top himself back off. In comes this Ogre Magi. Fire Blast is there. The Torrent comes through. He's got a double kill on Dark Mago. Now Lumiere's in trouble. He's got these urn charges. And it looks like that's gonna be a big win for Dark Mago's Kunkka, as that is a completed Spirit Vessel now after that fight.
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't try to go to the Toss Avalanche, try to finish off Dark Mago there. Maybe he didn't have enough damage to get him, but it would have been fairly close. Regardless, of losing Tiny, not great. And Dark Mago, he's going to start to accelerate off this one. Like you said, Spirit Vessel now done, being able to reduce the amount of healing that this Monkey King has in these team fights, stopping him from maxing his HP back up with the Jingu Mastery. Same goes for the Sunray from Phoenix, who went for an herb himself. They usually go Holy Locked on the Phoenix recently, though.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Holy Locket Phoenix builds, but yeah, the Urn, it's a pretty good Spirit Vessel game, right? You're against Morphling, Kunkka, Sand King, all these heroes do struggle with that quite a bit, but Dark Mago's is done, meaning heroes like Monkey King, Tiny Mars, like they're going to struggle so much against this. And last fight, we saw the Monkey King able to dodge out that X Torrent. It's not going to be the case next time once he has a Spirit Vessel, right? He can't use that Primal Spring.
Yep. He's going to be controlled up. Same thing goes for the rest of the heroes on the side of Infamous. Almost have your Blink Dagger done on Sacred, so they'll be able to disable that on him in the next fight. What? Did he just... Alright, he bought the wrong item. Misclicked. I was like, he bought the cloak instead of the Blink Dagger, even though he saved up the money for the Blink Dagger. I was confused for a moment there. Now... I imagine now that this is done, they're going to start to put more pressure on NoPing side of the map. Mid tower will probably be their first goal, and like to do a blink reveal on the Mars.
The Blink Dagger is very important. He doesn't have a lot of mana to work with. The Soul Ring will give him just enough to spell combo, but that's about it. Smoking up to the top lane here. I mean, you got Global Silence, you got Egg, the Arena. We saw during the DPC Season 2 how strong Mars and Phoenix are together. But Pandaboo is going to be the one that tanks the gank, and honestly, fantastic if he does. Be able to close this one out pretty easily. Get a little bit of int on over to Excel, which that is something that Ogre will struggle with. Air Vessel out onto this Monkey King. Sladen's somewhat nearby. Dark Mago trying to find an X target, but doesn't want to overcommit. They don't have vision here on this river.
No, and they know that they've got that egg arena combination, so if I could turn on them very quickly, especially if Mirana's in imperfect positioning. Sladen did end up cleaning up the egg in the last fight with Leap, but you might not be so lucky in this next one.
Mid lane, there it is.
Dead.
The Global Silence instantly to counter any reinitiation. As Dark Mago gonna go down first without buyback. They're looking for a lone, but he gets the blink out, and now they're gonna be able to just turn on to Sacred Egg really far off onto the side of this fight. Question is, can they get anything out of this?
It doesn't look like it. They're forced to pop that egg because the Sand King ultimate came out. Oscar reacted to that one kind of slowly. It looked like the opportunity to burrow strike onto the Phoenix, and he's sitting at very low HP. I think if he was faster, he could have gotten the kill off on one before the egg. But Phoenix forced to egg so far away from the NoPing side due to the fact that he's playing against the Mirana. The extra attack speed you get, as well as the distance gap from the leap, was way too much Michael to deal with.
Mir sniped the tower and now gets Sladen as well. Sacred comes in, great spear onto the Ogre Magi. Angel trying to turn it around, but can he actually find the kill? Damage being absorbed by Sacred's Bulwark toggle. Just wasting so much of this Morphling's time. He gets the kill eventually. Lumiere walking away, but caught by a sentry. Avalanche does end up connecting, but it's not in time. He turns around Oscar and gets absolutely blown apart. He doesn't have the Spirit Vessel.
But yeah, it doesn't end up being enough. Arrow comes out.
Next into Arrow, it's there. Can they finish off the Mars? Looks like they're gonna leave him be.
Finally lose Sacred. I mean, he stalled things out, forced that Morphling so far away from the fight to finish off the Silencer. It's a sick play there by Oscar, by Sacred, honestly.
What's the AoE on that Bulwark?
Oh, God, it's pretty big. I think it's gotta be like 350 or something.
Just doesn't say anywhere on the tooltip, but it's fine. Literally says nowhere. That's cool. Just
that one I don't have memorized.
Non-important thing, I'm sure. 4-man smoke here on the side of NoPing. They're actually just running bottom, trying to find someone on this wave, but no one there on Infamous. Maybe a DD rune for Alone, and they might smoke up themselves here. That's exactly what they're gonna do. Line drawn to the bottom lane. They know Oscar's cleaning up this camp, but Pandaboo, he TP's out in the nick of time. Oscar might not be as lucky if he shows on this lane once again. Sladen, as well as Dark Mago. He's the one who's gonna get found in the mid lane. The Arena Spear. Bless that Sunray. There is no chance you're getting out of this one. Fantastic find there from Infamous. That smoke netting dividends.
Dark Mago going down 4-2 so far. Once he gets his BKB, I don't think he'll drop so easily anymore. He also had the... Alright, never mind. I thought that he had Talisman of Evasion flying out to him, but that one's not completed either. He might just sit on the Heaven's Halberd recipe and go straight for the BKB now. Because it is just like mostly magical damage and stun.
Ooh, Michael forced to egg. Global Silence comes through as well. Very close. Really well played there by Angel. He got several auto attacks off in the middle of the dive and would have killed the Phoenix otherwise.
Yeah. Finds a Quicksilver Amulet on Morphling. He'll probably hang on to the Ring of Aquila though. Extra agility, extra mana regen. Plays a pretty big part. He's going for the Eye of Scotty now. Against these heroes with healing, against some of these ranged heroes, it's going to be a pretty big pickup. Speaking of, They tried to commit onto alone, and now they're just forced to back off on Infamous.
And they had ward sentry there. They saw the whole thing coming, so get a little bit of vision reestablished here on the side of NoPing, but you don't connect on this smoke, which is what you really need.
I'm surprised they're playing so defensive right now. I guess they feel hesitant to fight. Both teams feel hesitant to fight into the enemy team without the BKBs completed.
This game is super close, man. It is 12 to 12, 20 minutes in. Almost no XP or gold lead right now.
I think Oscar, who's got the Defiance queued up right now, is still pretty far away from his next item, so he's more than happy to take a fight into any of the Infamous heroes. Meanwhile, on the other side, like, Force Staff almost done on the Silencer. Monkey King is like 300 gold away from BKB if he disassembles the Echo Saber and takes the Ogre Club from it. So once those ones are done, they might look for a fight on the Infamous. I'm surprised NoPing feels so strong, though. Because if they get a good counter initiation off onto you with Infamous, and, you know, they've got good ways of doing that with Marsvina, then you just lose the fight very handily. But I suppose without the global silence, there's not ton. You're a little bit more hesitant to jump the fight. Sand King's pretty scary in that case. Only does have Epicenter up. Oscar's back in, though. Be ready to go in just a second. What do you think of the Mirana build this game, by the way? I think they have plenty of damage on these heroes. A little bit concerned before the Morphling came out. Do you think going the Yule Scepter this game was correct? Do you think she should have gone for more right-click?
I kind of like the Yules. You need to be able to instantly purge off those Jingu stacks from the Monkey King, which is, I think, some of the reasoning behind this. Like, he doesn't have the BKB yet. He's still pretty far off. It's also great at getting out of the global silence. So there's a lot of different different utility behind it.
Makes sense.
They smoked up here once again. They saw Excel here on the silencer. That would be a great target, and Oscar goes in with the Pro Strike. Arrow comes through, ends up catching the Mars. The epicenter, though, did get interrupted. He is going to finally connect with it now. But Lumiere, he's here to fight, and he may regret that one. Oscar should tick down to the Arcane Curse. He is going to go down, but now alone, he's here. They're going to be able to connect on the backside. There's going to be a Spirit Vessel, though, trying to heal him up, but so much of it just being reduced. The second vessel comes out. Dark Mago stuck inside the Wukong's command, but in comes Angel on the other side. Can he do it? The only hero left. Manta not in time, is alone able to get those Jingu stacks. He pops the egg, but Angel says, thank you, sir. I'll find that one. BKB popped here. Monkey King not feeling strong enough to fight into this Morphling as he's gonna leave.
Yeah. Clean up everybody other than the carries there in that team fight. Silencer going at the start. He didn't have global silence for that one, so didn't have to buy back. He's now got the second point into it. Again, I think you wasted your first charge of the BKB on alone. He was hesitant to pop in that fight. All of his allies got gone on by the NoPing heroes. At the end, he popped it just so he could stay on top of the Ogre Magi and not lose him. I think that was a little bit of a waste. We're struggling to kill Morphling now as well, who almost has a Manta style. So at that point, your silence is going to feel kind of useless.
Well, he's got the Manta. He's on his way to the Scotty.
Yeah. Sorry. So even if they get a stun off onto him, I think the Scotty's going to give him enough HP to not get bursted down.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
BKB almost done on Dark Mago as well. I did like the point that you made about the Yule Scepter, because that I think like Lotus is a solid item as well. I'm surprised the Sand King went Hood of Defiance rather than Lotus Orb, because if that global comes out, you just pop the Lotus on yourself. You initiate with your
alone jumping across the map, finds Sand King. Global Silence comes through, ends up missing on the spear, and now Oscar just gonna walk away. Pandaboo not as lucky, but the reinitiation, they're wanting to find something here. If Dark Mago gets his hands on a hero, it's unfortunately just going to be a Monkey King illusion.
Yeah. That spear pushed down to the low ground was kind of unfortunate. You were one charge short of getting the Jingo Mastery off onto the Sand King.
You do have Angel as a Monkey King right now, which is a lot of mobility. He queues up that Aghanim Scepter to become the Sand King like we talked about during the draft.
You also have, doesn't the Aghanim Scepter give you 0-second cooldown Primal Spring?
Yes, it does. Oh, the arrow comes through. It catches the silencer. Oscar just on the other side trying to get this ultimate off, but it's not going to happen. Speared against the wall. Dark Mago in a pretty rough spot here. That egg going to pop him. Meanwhile, Alone hadn't really even joined the fight up until now. He just dropped that Wukong's command and watched as his team took heroes down one by one. Now it's going to be Angel here on the Morphling. He's got that Manta style if he needs to commit it. Sladen, one more leap up onto the high ground. Pandaboo trying to walk away. Alone ends up popping the BKB once again.
Morphling getting ready to go back in if he has to.
Avalanche toss. He just gets bursted. The stun comes through from Alone. Such a greedy play there on the Morph.
When he sees how low everybody is, he figures he's going to be able to finish them off by himself, but he's not level 20 yet. Maybe if he had the waveform attacks targets, he'd do enough damage, but definitely not there. And only at 2100 HP he was hitting as well.
He thought the Avatos would be able to stop any of their stuns from coming out, but he didn't calculate Alone, who was hiding in the trees behind him. Hit him with that boundless strike, and that stun was all that he needed.
Yeah, and he did go for these Primal Spring Tree Dance talents as well. He's got the plus 50% Tree Dance Vision and the plus 450 Tree Dance Casting, so he's moving around the map very quickly on Alone, and he turns his eyes onto Oscar.
Down the strike comes out, and now Oscar, all you've got is a burrow strike, trying to make his way into the trees, but just makes it that much easier for Alone. They grab the tower as well, and Infamous now up 4,000 gold with an Aegis to boot.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's a little bit of Canadian humor for you there, Ricky.
Canadian humor sounds really bad.
Dude?
I'm kidding.
Dark Mago gets gone on down here in the bottom lane.
Nice torn into the boat. They could try and blow up Michael here, but the Global Silence ends up coming out. The Yules try and give himself some space, and it looks like Sladen's going to be the one that ends up dying here in this process. No way to get this Spirit Vessel off of him. Great find, and they're still looking for Dark Mago. He's actually just stuck up on the trees.
And he's gone. Still only a 4,000 net worth advantage. Angel doing his best to farm up this eggs, but they got vision of, look how quickly Alone moves around the map here. He's killing heroes in the bottom lane. Now he's got vision of Angel here. They don't commit onto the Morphling. Instead, they try to grab the Yoga Magi, but he ends up getting away. It's going to be even more difficult to get away from this Monkey King once he finishes this Eye of Scotty as well, and that's going to reduce the Morphling's healing. At that point, you're going to struggle a lot. Again, I do think you take this game in the ultra late on NoPing, but Infamous, they're playing this fast properly, unlike the last game. They're not slowing down at all. They're looking for kill after kill, and I think that's part of the reason why Monkey King ended up going for this Tree Dance cast range and vision. It becomes so much easier to move around the map and find pickoffs, even though you're not quite as strong in the team fights. Lumiere's making up for it with his pause one tiny.
Yep, absolutely. Pops that Silver Edge going up onto the high ground. They are going to see this. The ward comes out. The burrow strike. In comes Oscar, but he gets controlled up once again. Before the fight really starts, Oscar pretty much goes down, but Alone, he dove in way too far, and now they're managing to control the tiny. If they get this kill onto 2, it's huge. That's going to just be the Aegis here, but Angel, he's still alive, trying to get his hands on top of this Phoenix. He knows there's no egg. Avalanche comes through to cancel it. Spirit Vessel as well, trying to find this kill, but it's a split fight. There's just 2 different time zones, and now Dark Mago's come too far forward, soloed here by these supports, I guess, and now Michael trying to escape once again. Angel's just dead. Global Silence comes out. He's trying to TP home. Spear is there. He just got baited all for a Phoenix. And Lumiere
on the backside of the fight.
He's here to play, baby. Wait a minute. Okay, he still gets him.
Yeah. Man's got throws. Arm on this guy is incredible. Anyways, yeah, I'm surprised they ended up turning that fight around. Lumiere.
Oscar's not done. Well, now he's dead. Wait a minute.
Yeah. He ends up dodging the arrow as well. Too far away on the Mirana. Doesn't end up connecting, and they lose Oscar. Lumiere now dominating. Yeah, that fight looked so bad for them at first on Infamous. Monkey King trying to jump the back line there. Everything came out. Didn't pop his BKB. Got tossed Avalanche after only getting 3 stacks of his GP Mastery off, and then bursted down, but kited up on these NoPing heroes. And
yeah, NoPing outplayed themselves in that fight. Like, they actually had a really good position to take this fight for themselves, and instead, you know, Morphling and Kunkka spend the better part of 40 seconds chasing a Phoenix to just die to Spirit Vessel and curse.
Yeah. You hate to see it. Oh, Paladin Sword on Monkey King. You love to see it. He's almost got the Eyes God completed as well. This does make the game a lot easier. Titan Silver found on the Kunkka. It'll probably go the way of Morphling. At least it should go the way of Morphling.
It will.
I think Angel's checked out. He's just sitting at 4,300 HP right now as he left the base. Okay, never mind. He's fine. But yeah, we're still working on this BKB. I mean, it's not going to be able to protect you from the Eye of Scotty that's almost completed on the Monkey King.
Elven Tunic dropped, which is actually a pretty great item for the Morphling this game. I don't know if he's going to take it, though. Yeah, he will. Okay, good. So that means Titan Sliver is going to be on Kunkka instead.
I really prefer to see the Titan Sliver on the Morphling, but I guess they don't want Kunkka to get trolled up. I mean, the percentage damage that you get on Morphling is also a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I guess he just values the evasion. It's kind of like the greater good at this point, almost.
Yeah.
Waiting for next Roche. That's kind of just the name of the game here for Infamous. They control these team fights so well. Up 8,000 right now here, 30 minutes into the game, and there's going to be the 5-man smoke just outside of ward vision, so...
Yep. They figure someone's going to be playing kind of near the creep wave in the bottom lane.
Ooh, Dark Mako actually like cleaves on the backside. He knows they're there because he saw the effect, and he just instantly runs away.
I'm sure that's the correct play.
Yeah. He's like, wait a minute. I saw that.
That's not right. That's a decent way to get out to Invis here as well. Yeah, they scan things out so they have a general idea of where the NoPing heroes are. They're gonna have to start setting up around the pit pretty quickly here. Roche is gonna we see a potential respawn in 2 minutes. Excel.
They managed to find him the Burrow Strike. Arrow's actually off the mark, but Excel, he gets the global silence. Yules comes out. Angel pops the BKB. He needs to get to the egg, but it's being blocked by the wall. We see this all the time, and the egg's gonna collapse. Morphling now stunned up over and over. He's still got a Manta Style. He needs to get out. Waveforms away. In comes Oscar. No, he cancels. BKB's there on alone, as well as the Mars. A little bit too much for them to deal with. Angel, he's got to get back into this fight. The Avalanche coming through, but there's Oscar, the epicenter. The Burrow Strike doesn't end up really connecting, but it's going to be Dark Mako on the backside as well. They managed to take down the Monkey King. It's going to be a double kill for Angel. He's looking for more. Doing so much work here on the Morphling as Sacred stuck inside the Sandstorm. Gonna find another as Lumiere cannot make it away. Triple kill for Angel. These are the fights you want to take on NoPing. Baiting out those BKBs is everything for them.
Yeah, and just a little bit too short of a couple of these major items. I mean, Monkey King got basically 100 to 0. He got like 3 stacks of just Jingu Mastery off onto heroes like 2-3 times in that fight that just broke out there. He couldn't quite finish it off on the Sand King, couldn't quite finish it off on the Kunkka, and God, he didn't have the Eye of Scotty completed either. He was like 400 gold away from it in the middle of that team fight, and he would have been able to buy it from the secret shop as well. I think that would have been able to get him those stacks off, so he'd be able to potentially just heal back up to full with a Boundless Strike and very easily win the team fight. But they're controlling him up pretty well now on NoPing. I didn't get to see a fight recap, but wanted to see how much damage they ended up doing. But it seems like they're getting kited around on the Infamous heroes now.
Yeah, Angel did pretty much the most damage by a landslide. The Monkey King did not get to do a whole lot at all. And that's going to be 2 tier 2 towers falling simultaneously. And that's a pretty much completed Satanic now on the Morphling. I mean, he grabbed a Paladin Sword. That's about as good as it gets. Top lane, they're looking to get on the Sand King. Yule's there, will dodge the spear once again. He's got a blink. Oh, he doesn't get the cast off in time. Instead, drops that Sandstorm. Trying to do his best here, but they got the damage. 69-second death timer.
Nice. As they say. Roche, 2 minutes until this one respawns. Both teams are going to want to set up around the pit. So with Sand King down, this is your opportunity to move into the enemy team's triangle and take it. It is much easier to grab this Roshan, do control over the pit.
Still not up quite yet, but Dark Mago, he's just gonna put himself in harm's way. He doesn't get the BKB off. He's stunned up for the moment, and there's the toss. Dark Mago, he just goes down, slapped by the Tiny. Excel on the backside, beat down by Angel. He pops his own BKB, trying to do the damage out onto Alone, and he might be able to do it waveforms away instead. Alone looking silly standing in your Wukong's commander. The arrow does connect. Getting healed up for the moment. Pandabu comes forward. They're gonna go ahead and hit him with that.
Got BKB.
Okay, well, that didn't end up working.
No, not at all. In fact, it was a pretty bad idea. He has BKB available as well. Like, even if they commit onto him, Alone turns that one around. He had Jinku Mastery attack and
Dark
Black
Mago.
Bar.
He finds Alone. He might have to BKB this, and he will.
They don't fight into it on Infamous, which is just a bit confusing to me, but I suppose they don't have... I mean, Silence is still down, doesn't have buyback. They don't have the Arena Phoenix Egg combination either. 50 seconds until Roshan, though. Still, his next one is going to pretty heavily decide the state of the game. If Tiny manages to grab the Aegis, he's going to be able to actually sit on top of the high ground of NoPing side, hit the buildings.
They smoke on 5. Infamous, they want to go, like you said, they've got their abilities up. Global Silence, the Arena Egg. Well, actually, Egg still on cooldown for 40 seconds, but... Oh, Kunkka using his courier to scout. He knows exactly where they are now.
Yep. 5 more seconds on Roche, and both teams trying to establish vision of the pit. Neither of them are going to see it. So I think they're just assuming that it's near max time now. They're going to get back for the moment and then get back to the pit once the timer hits. All right, Angel scouts it out.
They're going to start it. Angel does this incredibly fast. Arrow comes through. He knows there's a ward up there on the high ground. Sacred. He goes in as well as Michael. The Spirit doesn't actually connect, but you got to leave the pit. You cannot afford to take a bad fight here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Angel goes up, grabs the ward, but he's just taking so much damage. He's got a BKB. He's able to make it out. Global Silence also committed. All right. Spells down on the side of the Infamous, and Angel, he had to commit BKB and Satanic, so he's got to wait a moment as well. Dive in from Michael. They don't have the instant stun there. Well, they almost did on Pandabu, but it's still not easy. Sacred, he's got that A on disc. BKB still available. Dark Mago forced to pop his own. Boat not available. It's backside of the fight. It's Alone. He's fighting up against Angel and Oscar again. He's going to make it out, and he snipes the Silencer. Angel's got to be careful, though. Stunned up against the wall. Spirit Vessel's there. Can he get the Satanic off? He goes down. No more fling. 100 seconds. Trying to get on top of the Phoenix. No other damage is coming through.
Sand King, he's pumping up his ultimate on the backside.
Got the Burrow Strike, trying to stay on top of this Phoenix. Pandabu doing what he can, but he dives away. Pandabu, can he finish this kill? He's got a Fire Blast, but a great spear, and now Excel just solos the Sand King. Dark Mago now in trouble, chased down here by Lumiere. Boundless Strike comes through. It's a disaster. NoPing losing hero after hero, as well as the Roshan now.
Now buyback on cooldown, and Kunkka, that was a dieback on him. He's down for 105 seconds at the moment, so Roshan is going to go the way of Infamous here, and Morphling just jumping way too far forward to initiate that fight before it started. Putting his BKB on cooldown, I think, is what caused him to lose that one. Slayden doesn't find a kill onto XL, but I think he's going to pay for this one with his life.
I don't know. You got the leap TP. They don't see him at all. He's out.
He's out. Oh my god. God gamer. Slayden. These people, they just can't keep up. They're losing the bottom tier 3 tower, though. 2 catapults on top of it. But Lumiere, he's going to settle for this tier 2 in the mid lane. But Morphling, all right. They found a bounty run, I think, which allowed Morphling enough gold to be able to buy back in the game. But yeah, I think you're going to lose just focus on the melee racks on Tiny.
You're going to lose a couple lanes of racks here, it seems. Well, they're just going to keep stunning up the Tiny. Oscar's going in. He doesn't have the BKB propped, and Tiny, he just almost dies. If it wasn't for that status as his talent, he would have gone down, but waveform forward. Angel trying to get on top of him. Arrow's not going to connect, but they get the kill. That's Gem on the deck, too.
Losing the Gem, not great. I thought he'd turn that one around the last second, try to toss Avalanche somebody, but didn't have a Blink Dagger available either, so he wasn't able to actually get through the detection. BKB popped a little bit too late. That's what ultimately ended up costing him there. But still, at one set of racks down, they don't have a great lineup of defending from mega creeps on NoPing. So at the very least, if you're able to whittle them down here over the next probably 10 minutes, that's your best chance. You don't want Angel to finish coming online. The Aghanim Scepter, he's 600 gold off this one. But maybe after one other item, it's going to be game over for you.
I'm not 100% sold on this Ags, but he could just become Kunkka as well and have Torrent Storm for these fights. You've got the Ags Burrow Strike, just the Ags in general, what it offers you against like being Monkey King, like spawning soldier and stuff. They find Angel, pull him right in. Can they save him is the question. There's the BKB, waveforms out, the egg up on the high ground, not connecting on anything. Oscar trying to Burrow Strike away. Sentry does come down, he's in trouble, and it's just gonna be the Sand King that gets picked off here. They are not done. Alone once more, leaping forward, looking for these heroes. They're actually gonna find the Tiny, and Lumiere goes down to dieback. Sacred needs to get out of here as well. Sladen has the gem. Yules comes out into the arrow, holding down the Mars. Aeons is going to protect him, but the Angel's Morphling is just way too powerful. Alone comes in, big boundless strike. Sladen falling low as well. Needs to force staff himself to safety. Sacred ends up taking down Panda Boo with a nice fire blast. Grabs the silencer, and now it's the Lone's Monkey King. He's got the Aegis. It's going to get popped. Can he get out? He's got a BKB, a buyback here on the Mars. Alone, able to survive. Angel
he's doing his best to escape. They don't get the stun off onto these heroes in the back of that fight, but Monkey King, I'm not sure if you caught him Alone. He spent so much time hesitating to get into that team fight, and by the time he did, he jumps in with his Primal Spring, and he gets disarmed immediately after landing. He barely contributed to that last fight. I mean, if you pull up in the fight recap here, you can see 1700 damage is coming out for the Monkey King. He was basically not part of that one. So hesitant to fight. Oh,
nice boundless strike into a crit. They got too greedy there on NoPing. Sacred, though. BKB up in one, but the damage, it's done. That's a dieback. Now looking for Lumiere. He's got no BKB. Can the Monkey King get out of here? Angel's ready to go. Wants to fight him right on the edge of the Wukong's command. He's got the BKB still available. It's going to be this Scotty doing way too much work. He can't get out. Alone dies without buyback. Michael next on the chopping block, and it looks like NoPing have closed out game number 2. All that's waiting is the GGs, as these towers are just going to get ripped apart.
Yeah, I'm surprised they're even going for the Raxes here. I guess they're playing it as safe as possible. Tier 4s would be my option here, but I don't think they realize that this Monkey King doesn't have buyback. He bought out for that Desolator before he went down.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much him and the Phoenix, the other ones that could potentially have buyback, and together they don't have enough damage anyway. So they've just got to try and hold out, wait for the Tiny, and see if, you know, he can somehow pull this game back in. Mega Creeps now picked up for NoPing in the tier 4 towers.
I mean, look at these graphs here, Ricky. XP, net worth, win probability, also heavily on the side of Infamous.
Lumiere wants to go. They got the global silence. This is your only chance, buddy.
This is
but there's the Burrow Strike. They turn it around onto the silencer. He doesn't get anything off, and they even find Lumiere. There's the GG.
Michael DC from the game. A rough way to end this one. It looked like they had it for a little while. Making plays around the map so quick with this Monkey King, but a couple poor fights and NoPing, they'll pick you apart. That's what they did here in game number 2. Infamous now down 2 games here. This is rough, man. They were dominating earlier. Yeah.
I mean, look at this gold lead, man. Like, just such like a huge throwback the other way. Like, Infamous, it really looked like it was their game to win, almost a 75% win chance. And then, like you said, just a couple of botched fights, and NoPing, they come online. This Angel Morphling just had no answer to it. Such a good game.
But yeah, you lose to the Dark Mago Tidy, you lose to the Dark Mago Kunkka. Angel, amazing performance on the Morphling, though. He did get greedy a couple times. The one waveform forward into the majority of Infamous's lineup was a little bit questionable. Almost lost the game off of that one, but they managed to bring it back. Sick jumps by Oscar. Sick performance out of Sladen as well on that Marana.
Angel's an all-star, man. This guy is so good. Like 2 games in a row now, we've seen this guy absolutely pop off. Last game, Dark Mage was tiny, but it's not like Angel was not a big part of their win. And I mean, this game, I want to say he put his team on his back, but it's got to be hurting a little bit after that one.
Yeah, it's got to be. But that's going to be it for game number 2. NoPing, despite being behind for the majority of that one, found their moment, turned things around. Angel, sick performance out of him. And God, it would feel right with a quick 3-0, but NoPing, they look way too strong right now.
Yeah, this is like, in my opinion, this is a TI caliber team. I honestly think NoPing should have made it to TI this year if it weren't for the biased slots making NA and SA less likely to have more teams. But hey, EU needed the help, man. They needed the help, and we'll be back
Socialists.
with. Yeah, no, I mean it's a region. It's been struggling. All the teams, performance wise, but also financially. It's why they get all these extra tournaments and stuff, so they can try and keep their teams afloat.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile, South America, North America Dota, just bootstrapping it, getting 3 teams. But NoPing, these guys own, man.
No. Oh, shout out to them for their performance so far, and it looks like one more win, they get the majority of this $40,000 prize pool.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We got game 3 here of the grand finals. It's the BTS Pro Series Season 8, everyone. Stay tuned for that. We'll be back after a short break.